search food.
Well, man.
All I know is I am quite parched. I didn't remember to grab a drink today this time, so I'm, in need of a thirst-quenching beverage, and I hope this AHA sparkling water, black cherry, and coffee can do the job, but I don't know.
It has 30 milligrams of caffeine in it, and it's water.
Ugh. Jesus, that's 30? Holy fuck. Well, we're back here on People Also Search For doing this old bit.
Yeah, the old sparkling water
Despite spoiling a future video we might do. I'm going to say...
You know what? We may have a different feeling about it when we're tasting it alongside something else.
Wow, Ryan. Wow.
Well, you like it?
That's pretty much all. I don't know.
I don't see. Here's the thing.
It's very weird, and
I already don't like black cherry, and I can't stand coffee. So black cherry and coffee is like the flavor I was like dreading having to buy.
I honestly feel like the black cherry is more present in the flavor than the coffee. Like,
oh, it absolutely is.
Maybe there's a tiny coffee aftertaste, maybe, but it's most. I don't know. It's like just enough of a coffee taste to like make it a little bit bitter to like fight against the sweetness of the cherry flavor. So I don't know. It's like there's a war going on in your mouth when you drink this stuff.
Yeah, except the coffee is ultimately smaller and scrappier, and you're probably going to lose.
Yeah, but the coffee brings that caffeine to the table, as it may be. So
get you pepped up for a podcast.
Makes you go, boom!
Yeah.
Here on People Also Search For, the podcast.
Where we answer life's greatest questions by searching for it on the internet.
And today we're going to be searching for the opposite of a thirst-quenching sparkling water beverage. We'll be talking about something a little bit more dry.
Really dry.
Like SpongeBob when he went into Sandy's dome for the first time.
Oh, yeah, and he didn't have a water helmet yet.
I need it!
Oh, man.
I love that.
Doesn't it do one of the close-up images of his
hyper-realistic painting of SpongeBob?
Yeah.
Ugh. I love those. That like Ren and Stimpy, I think, was maybe the first cartoon that did that. They might have done it in like Looney Tunes, I think.
Oh, Jesus. This is not what I was expecting. These are like fan-made images. I just searched hyper-realistic SpongeBob. Yeah. It's not a good time.
The second result, that guy makes a bunch of pop culture sculptures, and has some pretty cool stuff.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
I forget what his name is, but
let's go check it out.
He's
so
done
everybody
like
can
sure.
Look him up. Artist sculpts SpongeBob as human, creating stuff of nightmares. Huh. Let's see. SpongeBob. Oh, okay. Oh, man.
You may know, however, who Miguel Vasquez is. So his name is Miguel Vasquez. He's 21
Is he related to the guy that made Invader Zim?
No, that's like, John and Vasquez.
Yeah.
That's weird because I actually was watching Invader Zim last night.
What, really?
I got inspired to watch some Invader Zim because I was like kind of out of cartoons to watch. I got like for Ryan's reacting to the pictures of Miguel Vasquez's sculpture of SpongeBob and Patrick, which are quite grotesque. You can see
They're horrible.
You can see it on our video stream of the podcast on YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you. And check out Miguel Vasquez. I think he's done Ed, and Eddie, and
I don't want to see that.
No, those ones are even more fucking disgusting. They're cool though. Not like
they're really cool. They're really impressive. Like, but they're just too disturbing for me to want to look at. Like, that's the most intimidating thing.
Yeah. Oh, and he also did Beavis and Butthead, which is another famous one.
Oh man, see, those ones already look kind of like grotesque at times. So like to think he did this to SpongeBob, it's like I don't even want to know what he could do to Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, they definitely. I mean, because they're already human, so it kind of works. Like same with Ed, Edd and Eddy. They just kind of work better because they're already human cartoon characters.
Oh, there it is, Ren and Stimpy. Is that one of them?
I don't know if that's Miguel Vasquez. That might be a different artist.
Oh well, you know what this
but
is.
For the
like that SpongeBob picture we were talking about, where his face looks like a desert.
Yeah, when he's all dried out like the desert, he needs to dive into a cool oasis.
Now, what doesn't make sense about this image? Yeah,
about the desert. Sorry, what's interesting about the image?
I was saying
that people that are listening can't see.
Yeah, I just want to say this. SpongeBob is a dried out sponge in this, but he has a bead of sweat dripping down his forehead. So it's like
a flop sweat, bead of sweat.
It's like they're representing him being hot enough to sweat, but he's so dry that he needs water.
Yeah, like that droplet of water is probably going to absorb into his sponge body immediately.
Yeah. He couldn't even produce it, but the
is that sweat, or is that one of the drops of water that he was trying to drink?
I don't know.
I can't remember the episode, but
it looks like sweat. Maybe it is just a drop of water.
I don't know. We're getting off on a tangent here. I mean, yeah, everyone remembers the "I need it" scene from when SpongeBob's all dried out, but
yep.
You know what people don't know about, Ryan? Cacti.
Oh man, they do not. I mean, cacti is very prominent.
Oh
in the
man,
desert.
I remember I already told a story before about how I rolled somebody into a cactus on accident.
Oh man, I forgot. Yeah, you did tell that story.
Yeah, go back and listen to whatever that was.
I think it was a Let's Play.
I don't know. Look it up. Anyways, a cactus is a member of the plant family Cactaceae, a family comprising about 127 genera. Wink. With some 1,750 known species of the order Caiophylles. Let's just say that's how you pronounce it. The word cactus derived.
Wait.
Oh, there is an R.
There
is an R.
Caryophyllalis. It's Caryophyllalis, man.
All right. What Ryan said. The word cactus derives through Latin from the ancient Greek cactos.
Kratos.
Yeah. A name originally used by Theophrastus. Good old Theophrastus for a spiny plant whose identity is not certain, according to Wikipedia. That was a mouthful, Ryan.
I've learned that
didn't exactly go the way that I thought it would, but we're just gonna keep on going.
We just learned that not every word describing a type of cactus is as easy to say as cactus.
Yeah, I mean that's why we just call it cactus now.
Yeah, cacti. Have you ever gotten pricked by a cactus yourself?
Never.
Really? You've never gone up and you were just curious to touch a cactus needle?
I mean, maybe I did when I was a little kid, but I don't think I got any spines in me or anything.
Really? Oh man. Because they have there's a certain type of cactus where if you touch it, the prickers shoot out into you.
They shoot out like a gun.
Yeah, it's like a trap.
Like a cannon.
Yeah, like a landmine or something.
Like a musket.
Yeah, they don't even look sharp, and then you touch them and they shoot out, and they go they prick into your skin.
Look it up.
Cacti.
Also, is cacti the plural of cactus? Under people also ask. Just just to mention that, if anyone didn't know, the plural of cactus is cacti.
Oh, God.
Oh
my God.
Wait a second. Breaking news.
Cacti is not plural for cactus. The plural for cactus is cactuses. No, that sounds so much worse. I always thought it was cacti. Wow.
Cactus.
Wow.
Cactus.
Wow, cactus is
That's
derived by the German word cactus.
Those needles just shot out of that cactus, out of those cactuses like a gun right into my nutsack.
Oh, okay, dude. It says that cacti would suggest that it's from a Latin word, but it's actually German. So,
yeah, from the German word cactus.
Yeah.
Mine cactus.
Anyway, I'm gonna go back.
I broke into mine cactus.
I'm gonna go back to the cacti shooting needle.
Got a bunch of cactus needles in my junk.
Oh, wait. I'm very curious about this. There's a video on that popped up that says extreme cactus attack.
There's Brave Wilderness. Have you ever seen that guy?
That's the one that
gets himself stung by like a fucking tarantula hawk or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah. Oh, has he ever gotten stung by a bullet ant?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah,
man.
He's done all of the most
Holy crap.
painful insects like that he could find. Like he's done all of them. Scorpions and fucking all this shit. Like that dude's a little bit freaked up. In my opinion. Okay. I mean, it's cool though. I've watched like, probably 20 of his videos before and watched him get bit by all those creatures. He'd be out in Australia and shit getting bit by scorpions and whatnot.
Everything kills you in Australia.
Yeah,
like the jellyfish in Australia. Apparently they have these tiny jellyfish that you have to wear like a bodysuit in the water because if they sting you, you can die.
Yeah, I've heard of those. I think that's like the most deadly jellyfish in the entire world.
Yeah, and they're like too small to see them, so you could just like run into one and die.
It's not a jellyfish. This is a fucking jellyfish.
A bite-sized jellyfish. Some Paul Hogan action.
Stung me right on me bunghole.
Ow. That's gonna be an infection.
I got a swollen asshole.
I'm not even gonna be able to shit.
That's not an infection. This is an infection.
Pus starts shooting out after he says that.
Fucking walls fall out. Shit.
Fucking whipped cream. Oh man. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying.
We're gonna get canceled, Ryan. Easy now.
Okay. Well, I mean, cactuses are a dangerous thing, and I figured we should probably read some more cactus names. So, what kind of cactus shoots needles?
Answer coming in hot and fast.
It's the chain fruit chala, also known as the jumping chala, for its habit of jumping from a parent plant or the ground onto the skin or clothing of a passerby. So these things, you don't even have to touch these things. You walk by them and they shoot you down.
Jesus.
These are aggressive cacti or cactuses correctly. The common reactions are ouch and how do I get these bleeping things off me? The barbed cactus spines don't actually jump, of course. Okay.
The fact that somebody wrote how do I get this bleeping thing off me makes me lose all the credibility for whoever wrote this.
Yeah.
It's from Tucson.com lifestyles.
Dude, it's actually from Tucson's website, like Tucson, Arizona. They have to know what they're talking about. You don't get that domain name for not being accurate.
Have you ever been to Tucson, Arizona, Ryan?
I have not, Jacob. Have you been to Tucson, Arizona?
Unfortunately, no. Even though I lived in the Southwest for a short while.
Where have you been?
I never made it to Arizona. The old AZ.
The old AZ? Oh, the AZ that makes the cheap tea.
I also didn't make it to Utah or Colorado either. I only made it to Texas while I was there for a couple of years.
Did you get a 10-gallon hat?
No, I got a couple 5-minute sets of stand-up comedy in while I was in that area, you know. But
good ones?
that time, well, most of them were either decent to pretty good times. I bombed a couple times, but that's gonna happen.
It's part of the journey.
But
to the top.
I really miss the Southwest. In general, I find the climate to be pretty nice. In the summer it's pretty hot. It's very hot, but it's a dry heat, as they say.
Yeah,
it's
very dry.
Just a very, very easy to deal with. Like after summer, then the rest of the seasons are just like all the same. There's palm trees and like in the winter it's like still only just like 50, 60 degrees. Pretty nice.
That sounds good.
And if you want to just get away from it all, you know what I'm saying?
We need to sometimes.
You could just drive 15, 20 minutes and you're like at a mountainside. It's just like, yep, I'm in the middle of nowhere. Pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I guess you could do that in Ohio,
but
you have to be in the
go
woods.
Ahead and say the middle of nowhere in Ohio is probably not nearly as good as the middle of nowhere in like New Mexico or Arizona.
Well, yeah, but if you're in Ohio, the middle of nowhere, like you're either in like a cornfield or you're in the woods. And honestly, I'm gonna make it a mission here on People Also Search For. I find the woods to be a little bit scary.
You do? You don't like going into the woods?
No, I do.
What about like a trail? Is it okay if it's a trail?
I like to go hiking and stuff, and I did dumb shit as a teenager in the woods, of course. Like, we're gonna go in the woods and smoke cigarettes. We're gonna throw our cigarette butts on the nature.
When I was like, I think like 9 or 10, I was walking through the woods with like a friend, and we found a porn magazine in the back of the woods.
I feel like a lot of people have stories like that.
It's really weird. Like that's like the story where it feels like it's just a stereotype and it wouldn't actually happen, but it's just totally happened.
I've heard like multiple Gen X like age people telling stories about having to go like find like smut out in the woods, like discarded like Playboys or Hustler magazines in the woods. And I've heard it from like multiple comedians and stuff, and it's like, man, that's fucking like, what a childhood, That sounds like some fucking Sandlot shit right there.
Yeah, I mean, well,
Stand By Me or something.
The weird thing is when it happened to me, the internet was already around, and like you could just easily look up on the internet like any type of thing you wanted to see. So the fact that somebody still had like a magazine in the woods that you could find as a child, it wasn't hidden very well, man.
Well,
it just sounds obscure for
I feel
my
like,
age.
I feel like it's in the wood because I feel like it's in the woods because nobody wants to put it in their garbage can for anyone to see.
No, I was thinking like it was in the woods because it was like a married man's Playboy.
You think they're like hiding it?
Yeah, he hides it and goes out and views it for pleasure in the woods.
He goes out on the weekends.
It's like, damn, my wife
faps off in the woods with fucking mosquitoes.
I'm gonna go to my sanctuary, and then he goes into the woods, and it like the fucking roses like growing on the sides of a vine wall open up into this sanctuary, but it's just a bunch of porn magazines.
It sounds like a horror.
He's like, and he's just like, I hate my wife, and he starts jerking off just vigorously,
aggressively pounding off, like cussing in the woods while he's fapping off really fast.
Yeah, and then you're just like, you're a 10-year-old, and you're just like, la 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 la. I'm like skipping through the woods, You happen to walk by, and you're like, oh, these are some beautiful roses, and they like press the wrong one. Then the rose door opens up, and they walk in, and there's all this cum and porn magazines all over the place. You fucking find those shit, and like they're like, whoa, and then they're sexually awakened because it's the first time they've seen a nude woman.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Is this an anecdote, Ryan?
No,
Did
this
that
is just
turn
a story.
into a real life thing then? Before I knew it, there was a big old load on my face.
Before I knew it, I
What
had
an origin story. That's canon, everyone.
Yeah.
Put it in the PASF wiki.
Oh my god. Oh man. Yeah, and ever since then, I've just loved pornography. No.
As it goes.
Yeah. Yep. Anyway, you don't find much pornography in the wood or in the desert. You find it in the woods. So the
Beautiful segue.
yeah. So we didn't look up everything I wanted to on cactuses.
Oh, fuck yeah, I found some sick free desert porn today. I'm totally pounding off when I get home.
Yeah, and then like they accidentally are walking by a cactus, but they get a boner real quick, and it slides against the side, and needles shoot into their penis.
I got fucking needles in my cock.
I'm gonna have to pull those out quick.
Oh, man. So,
Yeah, anyway, I was gonna say, like, cactuses, they've got needles on the outside, but some of them have fruit, and the fruit has needles on the inside.
yeah, you can eat like I forget the name, and I saw them all the time when I lived in New Mexico.
This? Prickly pear?
Yeah, those, you could find that anywhere.
Yeah, you could get a prickly. Yeah, prickly pear is the fruit that grows out outside a cactus. Ah.
Oh yeah, the little bulb things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Opuntia, a commonly called prickly pear, is a genus in the cactus family Cactaceae. Prickly pears are also known as tuna sabra, nopal from the Nahuatl word nopali for the pads, or nozzle from the Nahuatl word noctiti for the fruit or paddle cactus.
Man, have you ever put one of these?
Uh-oh. Looks like I was
Damn it!
I was the culprit this time. Sorry, go ahead, Ryan.
I was gonna say, have you ever put one of these in your mouth, Jacob?
Nope.
Have you? So,
I never was so inclined.
yeah, I've only had one time, and I was walking through the desert, and a man picked one of these fruits off a fresh cactus just out in the wild, and he was like, "You can eat this." And then
You can eat this.
yes,
Do it slow, though.
traveler.
And that's the second part of Ryan's sexual awakening.
Yeah, you. Oh my God, you.
Canon.
Yeah, he just like took the cactus fruit, the opuntia, and he was like, "You can eat this," and he slowly sliced the center of it open and revealed the fruit inside, a bright pink fruit.
Love that bright pink.
Yeah, I love that bright pink fruit. It's moist and
Edible.
edible.
As it
Yeah,
turns out.
Yep.
And
And he's just like, here. So he grabs the pink with his 3 fingers and he pulls it out in this globular formation, similar to that of what you might find in maybe a dragon fruit.
oh,
And he's like, here, kid.
he placed it on my tongue
Have
and then he
this.
unzipped
He
my
pla-
pants.
He placed it upon my fingers,
Oh.
and then I put it in my mouth. Little did I know that the pear would have needles inside of the fruit.
Uh-huh.
So
yeah. Yep.
yeah, so what happens is
Mm-hmm.
when you take a bite of this fruit, you get these prickers all over the whole inside of your mouth, and you can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Like your tongue looks like a cat tongue afterward.
Yeah, it's like similar to I would say maybe something that was very spicy, but instead it's
Pain. Pure pain.
molecules of needles sticking all inside the roof of your mouth and your tongue and your cheeks, everywhere.
Now, if you like pain, it's all right because the taste is great. Like, they're good. They're good fruit.
Really?
Yeah, I like the taste. It's pretty sweet.
People also ask, what does prickly pear taste like?
Wow. Convenient. Thanks, Google.
Known to few, the fruit of the Nepalese cactus. Cacti with beaver tail-like paddles are quite edible. Called prickly pears, these neon fruits provide delicious juice that tastes like a cross between an all-natural bubble gum. If needed, there is such a thing. And watermelon. Oh, watermelon and bubblegum. Like a pack of Hubba Bubba.
Yeah, man. And everybody loved watermelon Hubba Bubba.
Peggy, I need my Hubba Bubba.
Oh, man.
So did it taste like a cross between bubblegum and watermelon?
Yeah, that's a pretty good way to say it.
Although it didn't mention the needles.
Yeah, I think that when they, like, if you buy one of these at the store, they have, like, probably breeds of them that don't have the prickers in them. But the one I got was, like, a random one from a real cactus that somebody grabbed and gave to me.
Right out of the earth.
Yeah, it just goes to show you that you don't need to pay for food, but the food outside that's wild might hurt you. Like poison berries in the woods with all of the pornography.
It's not abandoned pornography. This is abandoned pornography.
And then needles shoot in your mouth because you're in the woods having a nice snack.
This prickly pear tastes like Hubba Bubba and watermelon.
Man, Hubba Bubba is really great gum.
I had it a lot when I was a kid, but I don't really chew gum anymore. I'm not really that into it.
No, I haven't had it in a while. I've definitely had some like mint sticks every so often.
Oh, did they
freshen up the breath?
Yeah, you know, I'll have like an Altoids or something if I. You know.
Oh, those are good. Oh man, cinnamon Altoids. Oh,
yeah, the curiously strong mint.
They dry up your mouth.
They spice up your mouth like
They
a
do.
prickly pear.
You can tell if somebody has had cinnamon. Like it is a strong scent, but it's a good scent. I like when people smell like cinnamon. You know where cinnamon comes from? Indian trees.
Is that right?
I think so. There's like trees in Sri Lanka or something that they get cinnamon from. Like it's tree bark.
I guess you can search. Where does cinnamon come from?
Okay. Where does cinnamon come from? Oh, it comes from the kitchen, darling. Cinnamon is native to Sri Lanka,
Nice.
Formerly Ceylon.
Ceylon. I
yeah.
think that's how you say it.
The neighboring Malabar coast of India and Myanmar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's also cultivated in South America and West Indies. The spice consisting of the dried inner bark is brown in color and has a delicately fragrant aroma and a warm, sweet flavor. Yeah.
Delicately fragrant aroma.
Dude, cinnamon sugar toast is like, so good.
Yeah, that's another thing I had a lot when I was a kid, but I don't do that anymore because I don't really like bread too much, and you know, can't have cinnamon toast without bread.
You know, I'll do it every so often if I'm trying to have like a special breakfast that morning or something. It's like I'm having a good day. It's Sunday morning. You're like, I'm going to cook up some omelets and have some toast with some cinnamon sugar.
Multiple omelets.
Yeah, I'm going to cook up like 4 omelets.
Yeah, that's a Ryan breakfast.
Yeah. Yeah, and a glass of OJ.
Yeah. I don't usually have bread and tortillas. I'll have like one or the other. So I'll get a loaf of bread or like a half loaf of bread just like maybe once a month or even less. Once every couple months. But also, speaking of cinnamon toast crunch. One of the best cereals, in my opinion.
Oh, man. I also love Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
It's a little bit dry like a desert and has those wavy, deserty looking lines on it. But, good stuff. Put a little bit of 1% milk or almond milk on that bad boy. And
Agreed. Do you not like skim milk? Because I actually like skim milk, and I feel like most people hate it.
I don't know that I've ever tried it.
Really?
I mean, I could try it, but I honestly don't really like milk very much either anymore.
Have you always been a 1%er?
Yeah, for most of my life. 1%. Oh my god. Snuck that one in there, man.
Yeah, so
Snuck it right into the goalpost.
fucking rich ass motherfucker.
I wish.
Yeah, me too. Maybe one day the People Also Search For a podcast will make us enough where we can actually,
It'll shoot us to the top.
And we'll...
Straight to the top.
The kids are gonna love it.
We're gonna be on the 78th floor of a 77-floor building, Ryan.
Yeah. And that's only... Well, can we have a swimming pool, Jacob?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'd love that.
Turns out there's lots of varietals of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I definitely remember the French Toast Crunch from my childhood, and that stuff was pretty good too.
It wasn't nearly as good, though.
I'll make another admission here real quick, Ryan, before we move back to deserts.
Yep.
When it comes to breakfast baked goods, if you will,
Yeah.
I'm definitely a French toast guy, and I will pass on waffles and pancakes 99% of the time.
I think I would place my vote on waffles. I think waffles are my favorite of those three.
Yeah, I mean, you're in the majority. I know that being a French toast guy is not very popular, but sometimes when I have my biannual loaf of bread, I'll maybe make
when you're having a special Sunday morning breakfast.
Yeah, I'll fry me up some French toast real quick. You know what else can get fried up in the desert?
Oh, what could get fried?
An egg.
What? Oh, you can just fry it out there?
I'm sure you can actually cook an egg on the sidewalk in like Arizona.
You cook with desert heat. Oh, wait. 51 no-bake deserts.
Desserts.
Oh, shit. I put 2 S's. My bad. We're not doing this podcast on desserts, but maybe one day. Wait.
Well, we talked about sweets a little bit.
Oh, here we go.
Food.
Foodandwine.com. Is it so hot in Arizona you can cook steaks in the sun? I think that'll answer it. If you can cook a steak, you can cook an egg. And if you cook it together, it will be just like a special Sunday morning breakfast. Oh, man. So
did you like my rendition of
I did.
Ding 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 ding
Ding, 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 ding. Oh, yeah.
What a great song.
The first day
really inspiring stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say that the first day of summer was June 20th in Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah,
celebrated the solstice with a high temperature of 116 degrees. Holy crap, that's hot, man.
Yeah.
Apparently the weather was perfect for a barbecue. No grill necessary. Okay, so here's the thing. If you're standing outside, like waiting for your food to cook on the ground while you're just like out in the sun, wouldn't you be slowly cooking as well?
Well, I mean, you could stand in the shade.
When we're getting a tan, are we just like cooking our skin?
Yep.
It's like fucking human jerky, essentially. It's like you're making yourself into a treat, like a tasty treat that you can use as a protein replacement in a weekly fucking diet.
Some keto shit right there.
Yeah.
When I lived in New Mexico, I think the hottest I ever experienced was either 110 or 111, and it was oppressive. Wow. Even though it was a dry heat, like I said earlier, it was just like, woo! This 111 beast is slapping right now. I am sweating a lot. I mean, people die from like hiking through deserts and not having the proper equipment and plenty of water.
Food and Wine's trying to get me to save this article
Denied.
for later.
Access denied.
I don't want to save your
Halt.
article. We're saving it within our podcast. Yeah, but just a quick plug. Go check out foodandwine.com since they interrupted the podcast so rudely.
Freaking ads.
Yeah. Anyway, it said it says that she cooked the steak successfully just outside in the sun. So
Still, we get it. It's hot in Arizona. We'll stay away no matter how delicious your Lamborghini cookies are.
wait, Lamborghini cookies? Okay. You know what's weird
Wow,
about-
that's a real knee slapper there, Ryan.
Yeah. Since we're just like still on like the cooking things in the sun, and like we were just talking about Lamborghini cookies. Now I've never had a Lamborghini, but I used to have like this SUV when I was in college, and sometimes like I really wanted a nice warm Sunday breakfast, and I just took the not hot pockets. I took the
Or was it?
I used to eat Hot Pockets, but I cooked them in the sun. Yeah, I would take like a box of Pop-Tarts and put them on my dashboard because I was like commuting to school, and I would, heat them in the morning sun. And then when I got in my car to drive to class, I didn't have to wait. I could just get in the car and there would already be a nice warm Sunday breakfast right there for me.
Why were you going to school on Sunday?
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, I just call every breakfast a Sunday breakfast.
Okay.
It was just what I did before I went to class. I would eat
they-
a Pop-Tart that was cooked on my dashboard.
I don't know if that's believable because, like, aren't they in reflective like wrappers?
No, but I left the box on the dashboard, so
But it would reflect away the sun. How would the sun heat
yeah,
it?
because I don't have them open. I had them inside of a box on my dashboard. So like the box would heat up and then they would be hot inside of the box.
Oh, like the endothermic heat or whatever?
Yeah. So you would get in there and you'd have a nice warm Pop-Tart. You'd go to class and you don't have to waste any time getting breakfast or cooking breakfast.
Oh, so you mean like in the summer, like?
Yeah, when it was really sunny out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because we were talking about how you could cook steaks in the sun.
Because if it's like 90 degrees, then a 90-degree Pop-Tart is going to be just above like room temperature, like 10, 20 degrees just above room temperature.
Yeah, and I mean it probably worked better than the microwave instructions on the Pop-Tart box anyway, because the Pop-Tart box used to say that you should put a Pop-Tart in the microwave for 3 seconds.
Yeah,
and
if you put it in for like 20 seconds, it's like boiling hot.
Yeah,
on the
but
inside of
3
it.
seconds isn't enough either, though. But that's the actual instructions. But
I feel
most
like
people cook them in a toaster.
Really?
That's why they're
I've
Pop-Tarts. They
never-
pop out of a toaster. They're tarts that pop
my
out of
God.
a toaster.
Okay, yeah, that's true. But honestly, I've never cooked a Pop-Tart in a toaster.
What?
I never.
Jacob, how? Dude, no, you've never had a proper tart. You've never had a proper Pop-Tart.
I always put it in the microwave. I think I even mentioned before. Yeah, when we talked about the microwave. Remember, I put the whole packet of Pop-Tarts like with the wrapper, and then it caught on fire. Yeah, I always put Pop-Tarts in the microwave.
I can understand doing it occasionally, but they're supposed to be cooked in the toaster.
I mean, maybe that's just called impatience because it takes longer than 3 seconds to get it.
It does, but it's so much better out of the toaster.
Oh, man, really?
Yes, I've had it both ways, and I've had them cold. And I mean, all the ways you eat a Pop-Tart, the Pop-Tart's gonna taste good.
I heard like a joke in a cartoon. Somebody said, like, they put butter on the top of their Pop-Tarts to make it taste better.
That's very strange.
And maybe somebody said it in a podcast once too.
Pop-Tarts
I don't know.
are already horrible for you. Like they already.
Yeah, but
have,
they're all dry.
That's true. Well, they're not as dry when you cook them in the toaster because the outside gets like crisp but then the inside, the jelly or whatever is in there, the frosting, it like gets melted, so it's like liquidy. So
the microwave would dry it out. Man,
it doesn't. It dries out the outside, but leaves the inside moist and gooey.
I think I was fucking up for my entire childhood when I was eating Pop-Tarts.
It's like, well, have you ever had a toaster strudel?
Oh yeah,
those you cook in the in the Pop-Tart or in the. Those you cook in the toaster. You gotta
I gotta cook my Pop-Tart in the Pop-Tart. I gotta put my taster strainer into the Pop-Tart machine.
Oh man. Oh sorry. The Pop-Tart.
Oh, you don't need to apologize.
The Pop-Tart, yeah. The toaster. Yeah, I put it into the toaster.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man, the worst is when you accidentally burn the toaster strudel, and then it's like, there's not enough fucking frosting in the world to, like, make that shit any better after you burn it. And it's just like, God damn it.
You can try and scrape the surface of it off of the
Might as well
tart,
just
but
fucking throw it in the garbage.
Yeah, throw it away and grab another one out of the box. And if there's none left in the box, go to your local Kroger and pick one up.
Oh, man.
Or whatever grocery stores in your area.
Ralph's?
Ralph's?
Go to Ralph's.
Shop and save.
They're owned by Kroger, so
Hannaford. Food Lion, Meyer, whichever area you live in.
Giant Eagle,
possibly even a
Shout
Walmart or Target. They're all grocery stores now.
There's so many grocery stores.
Trader Joe's, although Whole Foods. Now we got to go into the fancy ones.
Whole Foods.
Yeah,
man. If you go to Whole Foods, you can like get a nice piping hot meal.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite a place.
If I was walking through the desert and I was like really hungry and thirsty, I bet I would see a mirage of a Whole Foods hot food section, because you know when I am
you want hot
starving,
food when you're in the desert.
When I am starving and getting picking up a sweat, you know, working out.
Picking up a sweat.
And walking through the desert, there's nothing I'm thinking about more than a Whole Foods hot food section.
Really?
Yeah, man. Have you seen how many options they have?
Oh, it's quite a spread. There's nothing like it. I've never been to a grocery store where you can get basically anything like pre-cooked, like hot, that you can just sit down and eat right there.
Yeah, they got.
I mean, it's just a restaurant. It's a restaurant
it's like
slash grocery store.
Yeah, they have a seating section so you can eat it there if you want to.
I only went once, but you know, maybe I might need to indulge on that every once in a while.
And you can get anything because it charges you by weight. So
yeah. Here's
Here's my one suggestion though. They've got mashed potatoes.
Ryan's life hack of the week.
Yeah. Welcome
Here's
to
your
Ryan's
Whole
life
Food.
hack. But yeah,
Whole Foods hacks.
Yeah, the mashed potatoes at the bar, while being very delicious, are also very heavy for what you get. So if you get mashed potatoes, the price of what you're about to buy is going to go way up, because you don't get a small scoop of mashed potatoes. You get a big glob of those most of the time. True. And then you'd be surprised how much that mashed potato weighs in comparison to the other things that are there. And I just don't think it's worth it.
I mean,
you could go buy a pack of mashed potatoes and an actual potato for so much cheaper.
You can get an instant potatoes, like Idahoan potato. You know, it makes like enough to be a meal.
And it's amazing how those work. It's just powder. You pour it into water and
yeah, it's probably
it turns into mashed potatoes like magic, like Chris Angel.
Chris Angel's gonna get on his big old bucket of mashed potatoes and ride through the desert.
Like it's funny pioneers.
It's funny though, because the Whole Foods thing does tie into when I lived in New Mexico, because the only time I ate at the hot food Whole Foods section, it was in Santa Fe, New Mexico. And it was pretty good, but I don't remember what I ate there because this has been a few years now. So, but we didn't learn too much about the desert yet, right?
I'm actually curious about
we learned about cactuses, but I mean, or cacti, however you want to say it. But we didn't just search like deserts.
What is desert?
What is desert? Oh man.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Well, for those of you who don't know what a desert is a barren area of landscape where little precipitation occurs and consequently living conditions are hostile for plants and animal life. Then I don't see how vultures survive out there, honestly. And they also have enough prey to like get a decent meal. I know they're not eating prickly pears; those shits hurt. The lack of vegetation exposes the unprotected surface of the ground to the processes of denudation.
Yeah.
Oh, the annual
I think that's the opposite of inundation, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
The annual the annual precipitation is only 10 inches. That's so little.
Yeah, man. That's one, like, as much as I hate on Ohio sometimes, I really do like the rain and I like thunderstorms. And so, like, when I lived in New Mexico, it was just like, man, like, when it did rain, you were like, fuck yeah! Like, everybody would just go outside and, like, look at the rain.
They'd be, like, dancing in the street.
Dancing in the street.
Yeah. I was thinking singing in the rain, but that's way better.
No, but people, like, you would see, like, almost everyone, like, out on their patio, just, like sitting there just admiring the rain, like, yeah. I can feel its cooling nature on my body. Like, you know how like it feels when when it's raining and it's like slowly being cooled off.
Yep.
Especially like when it's been hot outside, and you know, obviously in the Southwest it's hot most of the time. So when it does rain, you're just like, oh, yeah, I don't want to go out and play in the rain, and I don't even know what I'm fucking doing. I just gotta lose my mind. I can't even believe it. It feels so good on my skin, and I just can't wait until the next time that there's a big thunderstorm coming over the horizon.
That's a great shower that's coming down from the sky out there.
It's not a thunderstorm.
It's a sandstorm. Sandstorms are something that happen in the desert. Freaking Darude sandstorm. Darude. Oh man.
Finnish DJ.
I actually didn't know where this. I know everybody knows the song, but I knew
Hello,
the name, but I didn't know where it came from. Oh, it's 44-year-old from Finland. Tonyville Henrik Virtanen, better known by his stage name Darude, is a Finnish DJ and record producer from Jura, Finland. He started making music in 1995 and released the platinum-selling hit single Sandstorm in the late 1999. Wow. That song.
Wow, it's from 1999. Holy shit, I feel... Woo! I feel old now.
Yeah. I used to play that song on Dance Dance Revolution. That's the most 90s thing.
Oh, yeah.
Darude.
With your Jinko jeans on.
Jinko jeans, Dance Dance Revolution, and Sandstorm by Darude.
And Kangol hats.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I definitely had one of those.
Yeah. And like a chain on your pants hooked to your wallet.
Hell yeah.
But in comparison to that song, I want to know like what a real sandstorm is. Like,
oh yeah.
What's a sandstorm?
It's scary, Ryan.
Have you ever seen one?
Oh yeah.
Have you ever been stuck in one?
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
I mean, you just go inside. Like, I don't know. It's... Go ahead, Ryan. Let's explain for the people.
Can I just say real quick that the way that this is presenting what a dust storm is to me on Google looks like it's describing a Pokemon. It says dust storm, and then right under it says disaster type. It's like dust storm, and it's a disaster type.
It's a disaster type.
He causes natural disasters in the environment.
He has 78 hit points. A dust storm, also called a sandstorm, is a meteorological phenomenon common in an arid and semi-arid regions. Dust storms arise when a gust from or other strong wind blows loose sand and dirt from a dry surface. Dig Trio, I choose you.
Oh man, Diglett was awesome. Did you ever
Sand slash go.
Did you ever see that meme where it's Diglett and it's like, is it his nose or is it a mouth with one tooth? Have you looked at a Diglett and thought that before?
No, I always thought it was his nose.
But
like
yeah,
with that little shiny mark on it.
now with the information that you have, well, this one has a is it?
No, because a lot of them it looks like a shine.
Yeah, it's definitely a nose, but look, oh, here it is from the show. This is why people thought we're like, is it a nose or is it a mouth with one
Yeah, I
tooth?
can kind of see it, but the perspective of the tooth wouldn't make sense. Like the tooth would need to be further back in its mouth according to the direction his eyes are pointing.
Yeah, it would definitely need to be further back, but it's just funny to like look at the image and imagine that as a mouth.
It's
and
kind of
like
like
how doofy it looks.
Yeah, like if he has like a mouth, whereas he has like a snaggle tooth off to the side, but it's like pointing in a weird direction, like in towards his throat. But no, yeah, it's
Ugh. Somebody did a fan art of if Diglett and Doug Trio had surface forms where they have legs.
Yeah, it's not fun.
It doesn't look good. It doesn't.
Especially the Dig Trio one. That's fucked up.
Yeah. And it looks like his heads are coming out of like a concrete floor. So it's like it already couldn't go through concrete. I don't think it would live in an area like that.
No, I don't know. I think he's mostly like in the dirt and stuff. Well, I mean, we already read what was,
I just
the
wanted
definition of a sandstorm.
I wanted to check out a sandstorm because
It does look
sandstorm, and there's a big difference to being inside of a sandstorm and like being near a sandstorm. Because when you're near it, you can like see the entire area of the storm, and it looks really cool.
Yeah.
But if you're inside of a sandstorm, you're probably having a really bad time.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't inside of a bad one, but I definitely experienced like sand whipping around in the air and stuff, and you like the depth of field that you can see and like see through is very, very shallow.
I was wondering if you could die in a sandstorm, or I guess if people often die. How many people die in a sandstorm?
It says while these winds won't kill you, they frequently cause auto accidents as a result of the blinding effects of the sand. It's kind of like being in a snowstorm, or in a blizzard when you're trying to drive.
Yeah, but you need to have like a bandana wrapped around your mouth so that you can breathe, because you'll constantly be inhaling sand if you don't.
Oh yeah,
that's why everybody in those depictions of the desert are always walking around looking like they're in Mad Max or something.
Or like the dudes in Star Wars that like in the desert.
Of course.
The Tuscan Raiders, I think they were called.
Yes.
The Tucson Raiders.
The Tucson Raiders. The Tucson, Arizona Raiders. That sounds like a football team. The Tucson
Raiders.
Yeah, the Tucson, Arizona Raiders.
There should be a Tucson Raiders. That'd be...
Yeah.
Although there's already a Raiders football team.
Yeah, we'd have to pick something else. What would Tucson's football team be called?
Well, they should be called the Tucson Raiders because it's like a pun of Tuscan Raiders.
Yeah. I don't know if...
And then you could use that Tuscan Raiders, like, creepy... That's like one of the most creepy character designs in Star Wars.
That's true. I don't know if Disney would allow it, since they own Star Wars now.
No, yeah. I mean, of course, they'd be like, Mickey Mouse would be like, hey, NFL, fuck yourself.
Oh, man. I mean, if you like football, that's fine, but...
I wanted to go back to the what is desert
yes.
search, and then there's a couple things I wanted to check out. What are 4 types of deserts under people also ask?
Wow.
The 4 main types of desert include hot and dry deserts, semi-arid deserts, coastal deserts, and cold deserts. In hot and dry deserts, also known as arid deserts, the temperature are warm and dry year-round. Xeriscaping.
Wow.
You know what xeriscaping is?
No.
It's like a alternative of landscaping for if you live in the desert, because you can't really maintain like a lush green lawn like you can in the rest of the country, because there's very little precipitation.
Is it like...
So it's like stones and mulch. And
Oh, I was thinking like it would be like a bonsai garden where there'd be people out there with rakes, like raking sections of the desert to look nice.
I mean, no, like it's not like the pebbles in a Zen garden. It's just like stone, like colored stones, and like it could be mulch, or it could be just like, cactuses in your lawn, and like, there's not any. Most people don't have like grass lawns because it takes a lot of water to
Everybody's got
that.
Yeah, that would be interesting, because I've been to Las Vegas, and all the front lawns of the houses there are like deserts essentially. It's very interesting in comparison to what you would see like in the Midwest.
That's what xeriscaping is. I don't know why it's called that, but that's what they call it. But there's let's find out what are the most famous deserts.
Oh yeah.
I mean, let's.
We need to know some examples of deserts now that we know what they are.
You could say the Grand Canyon is like a famous desert.
Or the Sahara, I would say, is probably the most famous, right?
What?
The Sahara? What are the most famous deserts? I would think. Everybody knows that one.
The Saharan Desert?
Yeah.
In Africa?
Oh, the 16 most spectacular deserts in the world. That'll be just perfect.
You can ride through it on your big old bucket of mashed potatoes.
The Namib Desert in Africa is the first one that comes up.
I think that might be Namib.
Oh, sorry.
Namib Desert in Africa. Oh, it looks so dry.
It looks so dry. It looks like you could spread out a beach towel. Oh, man.
Stretching for 1,200 miles, the Namib Desert happens to be one of the oldest on the planet, at least 55 million years.
That's old.
It is situated along the Atlantic coast of Africa in the countries of Namibia, Angola, and South Africa. Although a desert, the land is inhabited by an impressive array of flora and fauna, including desert elephants that can go days without water. Getting thirsty just thinking about it.
I don't want to live there. Don't take me there. Okay. God. No. We got the Atacama Desert in South America. I don't know if we want to read through all these, but this one's got a beautiful sky with...
It's a time-lapse photograph of the stars.
A time-lapse of the stars. You probably could see the stars great out in the desert.
Oh, yeah, man. That's one really awesome thing.
Sahara Desert.
I actually went to watch a lunar eclipse at White Sands, New Mexico.
Oh.
So I was like out in the middle of a desert with almost purely white sand.
That's awesome. That sounds great.
And the lights went completely out because the shadow of the earth covered up the moon for a few minutes, and it was just... You could not see anything but the stars. Like, you could barely see your hands in front of your face. It was fucking trippy. I highly recommend it if you ever find yourself in the good old southwest of the United States.
Yeah, I walked through a desert once in Israel, where I was actually like out in the desert, and the place I was at had like these big fences around. They were like tents, and they had big fences around, and it was because they would have like, there'd be like wild animals and like dogs and shit out there that would attack people, that you had to like keep them out of your camp at night.
That dingo ate my baby.
Damn Australian zangos.
I wonder if one of the Australian deserts is one of the famous.
Probably. We had Sahara Desert. We got Gobi Desert. That's China and Mongolia. That's a
Gobi.
a classic one.
Boop.
The Mojave Desert in Nevada and California. I think we all know that one.
Oh, yeah.
The Antarctic Desert. Hit my elbow. The Antarctic Desert in Antarctica.
Yeah, that's a cold desert.
That's interesting. And the desert's already cold at night, so the Antarctic desert at night is probably horrible.
Oh, man. I would not want to be there.
You probably have to wear like an astronaut suit to like survive out there.
The Antarctica one is trippy looking.
Yeah, the cacti look like trees.
That's definitely not Antarctica. It's the previous one.
Oh, the one with all the snow. I gotcha. Makes sense.
Well, the one with the icebergs and such.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's trippy. I do not want to. I don't want to go there. Like that would be scary.
Even if there's whales.
Have you ever seen The Thing? Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. No, you don't want to be there. The Sonoran Desert in USA and Mexico would probably be a little bit. Oh my God, that's a large number of cacti. Maybe it wouldn't be as comfortable as the Antarctic. Probably a little more comfortable because you could at least dodge the cacti. But this is like a forest of prickly pears waiting to sting your mouth.
Oh yeah, it looks a little bit scary.
The Thor Desert or Thar
Desert
in India and Pakistan. Well, that's one of those ones where it's a classic looking desert.
Yeah, that's like
it's got the nice wavy lines all the way across the landscape.
Yeah, that's the classic sand dunes you might think of.
Yeah, like
from Tim Burton's Beetlejuice. Remember those sandworms, Ryan?
I do.
Those were mighty
cool.
Scary.
Yeah, the black and white. What was a girl on Real Monsters name looking thing?
Oblina?
Oblina, yeah.
Goblina, Shloblina, Groblina.
Whatever
Toblina,
she was, the Real
Zoblina.
Monsters girl that was like a twig that was basically the same as those.
I wonder if that show holds up. I've been trying to find some old cartoons to watch lately, and
I wouldn't mind checking that one out too. I remember liking it, but I have a
I
feeling
liked
that's
it
one of those
too.
ones where I feel like it's not gonna hold up
Yeah,
quite as well
that's
as
kinda how I
your
feel.
Hey Arnold's.
Hey Arnold's a good one. I've definitely
Even
touched
Doug,
back
like
with that.
Doug doesn't hold up as well as Hey Arnold, but Doug is still pretty good. Like,
Billy West, he did the voice of Doug and Roger.
what?
That's so weird.
They had such a different voice. Although
I know.
Roger had like that pinch in your nose.
Be like,
voice.
hey, funny.
Yeah, what's up, funny?
And then Doug would be like, stop it, Roger. I'm not going to take your poo-poo anymore.
Yeah, and then Roger would shove his
Eat
head
my
in a
shit
toilet
now.
seat. And then Doug would eat his shit immediately. Oh man, we got some weird like Doug bits that go on this show.
Yeah.
Just go watch the best of. People also search for Plays video to go find the Doug bit we had when we were playing Bonkers.
Questionably problematic.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Anyways, we got the Rubble Collie in
the
Saudi Arabia.
Oh yeah, that's like
Rubble
where
my cock.
the knights live.
On the sand. Oh, I'm gonna come in the sand.
Oh, wait, is that some pornography over there in the desert? It's covered in semen.
Oh, my desert porn's gonna get blown away by the sandstorm.
Oh, and then you got fucking clumps of like sandstorm cum like flying through the air, and it's got like all the dust from the sand on the outside of it. It's like a clump form.
It's a tumble cum.
Ew. It's going straight through the outback steak. Is that a tumble cum on the floor over there?
Can I get that bloomin' onion with extra tumble cum?
We're gonna need a bus boy over here to pick up that tumble cum off the floor.
Look at the the size of that tumble cum.
Oh man, tumbleweave too, man. It's like when you see a weave rolling down the streets of New York City
Or Cincinnatus.
or Cincinnati, Ohio. I've seen a tumbleweave out downtown before. This big old clump of hair rolling through the city. But anyway, you got the Taklamakan Desert in Central Asia. Nothing interesting there. You got the Pinnacles Desert in Australia.
Oh yeah, there's the Australian one. That's
Yeah.
not a desert. This is a fucking desert.
I would imagine this is the one that all these scenes we're talking about have taken place.
Hopefully,
the Australian desert.
Hopefully, if there's any Australian listeners at any time, you don't find our.
Yeah.
It's in good fun. You know.
Way early on in the podcast,
Paul Hogan.
we were just talking about Paul Hogan and how like we like him, but we know that it's a bastardization of the
the
language and the dialect.
Ugh. Marketing.
But they're getting it for free. But we do love blooming onions.
Yeah, I know. I do.
Salar de Uyuni in Bolivia.
Damn.
That's one of the cracked looking ones where it's like got water on top of it, and then all the cracks appear in the surface from the water drying up. And
It's also known as the Great Salt Desert. That's one salty desert.
oh yeah, one salty desert with one salty sea, the Chihuahuan Desert. Oh, there's a dog named after that one.
Or is it named after the dog? Who knows? We'll never know.
No, nobody's ever gonna know. If you figure that out, leave it in the comments below. The White Desert in Farafra, Egypt. Now this is interesting because it's all white sand. It almost looks like snow.
That's what White Sands looks like out in New Mexico.
Yeah. Oh man, that's cool. And you've been there.
Oh, you know the first scene in the first Transformers movie with Shia LaBeouf?
Yeah.
With the scorpion transformer that's like jumping out of the sand and back into the sand.
Yeah.
They shot that at White Sands.
Really?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Fun fact.
I mean Egypt. The last one is in Egypt, and it's
Farafra.
And it's I think the Egyptian desert might be the most famous because it's got pyramids in it.
That's a neat looking rock there. You know what else is a neat looking rock?
What?
A butte. Have you ever been to a butte, Ryan?
I've never been to a butte.
Big
Jacob.
old butte.
A big old butte in the sky, or like you see a butte walking down the street, and you're like, wow, that's a butte. Butte?
Look at that honking butte. No, it's Butte.
Oh, Butte, like butt E.
Sure. A butte is an isolated hill with steep sides and a flat top, similar to but narrower than a mesa. And go ahead, there's a little noise icon next to butte.
You click that?
Butte.
Oh, butte.
Yep.
So that is how you pronounce it.
Butte.
Butte.
Turns out there's also a Butte County in California. Cool.
Yeah, it is.
That's in a desert, Ryan. A butte.
Oh, that's one of these.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah, that's like what you would see in like Wile E. Coyote.
That specific picture, actually, I've done a watercolor painting of before.
Wait, this one?
Yeah, I did it for my watercolor class. It was like sort of like a